Hey, are you a teacher who did not get trained on how to teach children to sing when you were in your university program? Well, you are in the right place. This series is all about learning how to teach kids, littler kids, how to sing and sing well, to stop shouting, to sing with a beautiful, gentle tone, and to make sure that they are using their artistic, beautiful voices to make music. If you are all about that, please stick around because that's what this video is about. In the first video of this series, we talked about teaching children about their voice. How does their voice work? Helping them to find where it is. In this video, we're going to warm up their voices, ready to go, just like a high-level athlete, so that they don't hurt themselves with their voices and they really truly understand how to use their voices to change the pitch higher and lower and make a beautiful artistic tone. There's 5 different areas for a really thorough warm-up, and you'll pick and choose different ones of those depending on your own kids and the time you have and all kinds of different decisions. But there's 5 different areas, so I've marked those as you go along. There should be timestamps down below, and you can go directly to the one that you are interested in. If this is the first time finding my videos, welcome. My name is Pam Wilson. I'm an elementary music teacher in Northern Virginia, and I am so passionate about helping other teachers be their best selves, unlocking their teaching potential, and really being the best teachers that they can be. So stick around. I'm providing these videos to help you. So I hope that this is helpful to you. If it is, please make sure that you subscribe, you like the videos and subscribe so that the algorithm likes all of this. And also consider sharing this with a friend if you think that that would be helpful for them as well. Once your students understand that their voice lives in their neck, the next thing to do is warm them up. I always have them connect this with their sports experiences. We have a lot of kids who are in sports teams at my school. And so I say, does your coach just have you go out and just play basketball or go out and kick the ball and play a soccer game? No, you have to do a lot of conditioning and warming up and building your strength and building your stamina. And all of that's very important in order to be an excellent athlete. Well, your voice is part of your body. So we have to make sure our body is ready to sing. So let's do some of that. Where does your voice? Where does your voice live? We review. Lives in my neck. So that means my neck and my shoulders all need to be very relaxed. So we do some very simple physical stretches. So we do some neck stretches. We give some yes, yes, yes. Very gentle. We give some no, no, no. Very gentle. I always make sure we say very gentle because there's some kids that they got neck issues, you know. Maybe we do some bobbleheads. And then we do some shoulder rolls. And I do this all the way down to maybe first grade, maybe in kindergarten, but definitely in first grade. And even some waist twists are pretty good too. We do a thing called washing machine when we first come into the room if they need to wash out some of the stuff they had in their last class. If they came in from PE or from recess in particular, they have to let that go. All right, so now our physical body is warmed up. Now we're ready to warm up our breath, because the next thing that's important for singing is to breathe. Singing is sustained sound. So we have to, singing is sustained sound. And on a daily basis, when we're just in our life, we don't really think too much about breathing and all of that because we breathe very shallow. But a lot of kids don't know that their lungs go all the way down their back, almost to their waistband. And I tell them a story about when I was in college. I got pneumonia and I had really bad back pain, and I didn't even realize that my lungs went way back down in the back until I had that sickness that actually went into my lungs really far down like that. So they were like, wait, that's crazy. And I go, no, figure out where your ribs are. Feel where your ribs are. And everybody's kind of poking and prodding and finding their bodies. And it's important because then
Their voice is them, and they're connecting with the physical aspect of that. This is my voice and this is where it works in my body. Oh, okay, well, this is where my lungs are. So I usually have them put one hand down below and one hand up above and take a nice deep breath. So just notice if you're taking a deep breath and you're allowing your body to do what it does, your hands should come up and go back down. Let's pay attention to that. Now I'm making a lot of noise while I'm breathing right now, but eventually I explained to them we really need to take a silent breath. So let's try that as a silent breath. Oh, okay. So now they're noticing that their lungs go, their chest goes out, their belly goes out. And if I have students who breathe with their shoulders, do you know what I'm talking about? They breathe with their shoulders, they go like this. I go, no, 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 no. Shoulders don't have anything to do with it. Put your hands right here and leave those down. Yeah, shoulders don't have anything to do with it. Leave your shoulders down. So nice deep breath. So now that we've found how breathing works, like they didn't know, but you have to kind of draw their attention to it. Oh yeah, we actually have breathing. Oh, breathing. Right, breathing. Okay, got it. Now we're going to learn how to sustain that breath so that we can sing these long phrases, right? So one very simple technique that I do, this is a choral technique, is you take a nice deep breath and you let it go in a s. That puts just a little bit of resistance for your singing muscle. It's that same muscle that spasms when you have hiccups, remember? And they're like, oh yeah, hiccups, I hate hiccups. Yeah, because your diaphragm is spasming. There's a muscle right there and it spasms. So this is the singing muscle. So we're going to go s to make that engage just a little bit. Now I start with 8 counts and I count pretty slowly. I go, you're going to go s and I'm going to count. Here we go. Breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And all of your breath should be gone. S, and they're going s all the whole time. Now, was that easy or was that hard? I always ask them. And usually they say it's easy. Okay, great. Let's add 4 counts. So 8 plus 4 is, that's right, 12. All right, so now we do it again. And they do it to 12, and then they do it to 16. Now, usually that's as far as I go. The first day I teach this, the second day, then we try to push a little bit further. I've gone as far as 28, but that's usually 4 or 5 classes down the way. I try to acknowledge the kids who are very athletic, especially the swimmers, because swimmers generally have really good lung capacity, and runners, long range runners. We don't have a lot of runners in elementary school, but we certainly have a lot of swimmers, and they're like, yeah, I swim. I'm really good at swimming. I swim every day. Oh, great, great, wonderful. How did you do? Oh, it's easy. Okay, great. See, that's what I'm talking about. So after you've done the breath, the next thing to do is some phonation. So phonation means we're making sound with our vocal cords. So take a breath, let it go with a sigh. All right, now we're going to echo very gently. I teach them to always warm up very gently so we don't pull a muscle. So whoop, and they do this with their finger. Whoop, and then we go down. Whoop. Woo. Now, if they do it very loud or if they go really, really far, I tell them, no, no, no. We're going to do it very gently at first. Now, the second thing we do is we start stretching our vocal cords. So when we're stretching our vocal cords, this is how we learn to sing high notes and how to sing low notes. A lot of kids ask me, and I tell this to the kids, a lot of kids ask me, how can I learn to sing those high notes? How can I learn to sing those low notes? This is the exercise that will help you do that. So we're going to start kind of in the middle and stretch as high as we can up into the sky. Here we go. And they can go a lot higher than I can. Now, all right, now let's try stretching all the way down into the basement. And I can usually go lower than that. Then we do some slides. With the younger kids, I don't usually do more than just a little whoop, whoop, and then I get right into the roller coasters. With the older kids, I take a little bit more time. It's up to you. So the roller coasters are, you take your finger, this is my magic finger, and we go up and we go down and we go up and we go down. Let's work on our flexibility. This is what I say. Let's work on our flexibility of our voice. And we do little loop-de-loops. Have some fun with it. With the younger students, I have pictures of roller coasters on the slides. They're able to follow it. With the older kids, they can normally just follow it with their fingers. So we've found our voice, we've warmed up our neck and shoulders, we've learned about our breath, we've actually gotten our voice moving a little bit, and now we're ready for articulation. Articulation is another tool in singing, and this is what helps you understand the words of a song. So the words are the poetry, and the music adds to that poetry and makes it a full package. But if you can't understand the words, it kind of loses something. So let's talk about the lips, the tip of the tongue, and the teeth. Now I've heard this done in a lot of different orders. This is just my version. So the lips, the tip of the tongue, and the teeth. We say it slowly. The lips, the tip of the tongue, and the teeth. Think about what you're using. Think about that part of your mouth and say it very clearly. The lips, the tip of the tongue, and the teeth. And then we get faster and faster and faster. And they just think it's hysterical that they can go so fast. The first day that I leave it there, the second day when we practice it, all of this goes a lot faster the second day because now we've already done all of this stuff. The second day I start asking them, tongue twisters are a great way to get your articulation working. Who knows a really good tongue twister? And everybody shares different tongue twisters that they've done. When I was teaching private lessons, I don't teach private lessons currently, but when I was teaching private lessons, I had a copy of the Dr. Seuss book, Fox and Socks, and I would pull that out and just have them read one or two of those pages to work on their articulation. People, oh yeah, I know Fox and Socks, I have that. Now that you're through with all of those warm-ups, you're ready for actual pitch work. There's an amazing story called The First Notes, written by Julie Andrews and her daughter, all about Guido Dorezza. I did a study of Guido when I was in college, and he was the one that sort of developed this whole idea of the solfeggio process. It's a beautiful book and really helps the kids to understand, oh, it wasn't just nothing. Somebody made this up, and this wasn't always a thing. So it helps them to understand the process. I introduced the book in 3rd grade and 4th grade, and then in 5th and 6th grade, I just sort of show a few pictures to remind them of how it all works. Everybody's really impressed with that. And then they're like, oh, that's how they learn to sing? Yeah, that's how they learn to sing. So let's do that now. I always start with so and me. I am not a Kodai trained teacher. So if you are a Kodai trained teacher, I love you. I respect you. Please put in the comments whatever I messed up here. That's not a Kodai thing. But here's the process that I use. So I always start with so, me, and they echo that as simple as it is. So, la, so, me. I do a couple of those up and down. And then I introduce do, so, mi, do. And notice I'm using my hands. These are called Kerwin hand signs. So look up online, Curwin, Kerwin hand signs. I'll put a link down below so that you can get a quick version of it. But when you introduce those hand signs, it helps them to understand how their voice and the tones are going higher and lower. That just helps train their brain and connects what's happening inside them to what's happening outside. Anytime you can physicalize singing, it's going to help your kids to sing better. So now we're on do, so, mi, do, then do, re, mi, re, do. I have a cold today, so it's a little wonky. Do, mi, so, mi, do. While you're doing this solfeggio, what you're listening for is, are the kids able to match what you're doing? You're always evaluating. We're not taking a test, we're just evaluating. This is a formative evaluation. We're listening, we're seeing if they're matching what we're asking them to do. We're noticing who's on pitch, we're noticing who might need a little bit of support as we work through this.
So does your voice feel really happy and warmed up right now? Because now you're ready to sing. Now, the first time I go through our warm-ups, it always takes a really long time. It feels like it's forever. But then the next time, the kids are always surprised at how quickly you go through. My warm-ups right now on a daily basis, now that the kids kind of know how to do it, usually takes about 4 minutes. That's it. 4 minutes. Even the little kids, 3 or 4 minutes, and you're all warmed up and ready to go. This will really help the children to expand their vocal range, to understand how their own voice works. And I even had a kid today in my classes say, I can't sing that high. And I said, this is why we do our warm-ups, so that you can get better at your voice. You are working on your individual voice. These tools are so important for kids. Our voice is us. That's what I tell the kids. Your voice is you. We never laugh about people's voices. We allow them to have space to really learn about their own instrument and learn how to really be a good singer. In the next video, I'm going to teach you how to talk about vocal registers and how to get them used to the different voices that they have. They have a light register. They have a heavy register. They have a cartoon register. Get ready for that one, because that's what we're going to talk about next. And then we'll go really in depth about matching pitch and how you can teach the kids to really hear the pitch and then also create the correct pitch. And then you are off and running. You've got beautiful singing voices and you're going to enjoy it. Your parents will enjoy it. Your admin might even notice, hey, those kids are singing a whole lot better. And that's what I want for you. As one of your mentors, as one of the people who really supports you and encourages you, that's my job, is to help you to make your program the best that it can be and help your kids to really enjoy that music that you're working so hard to teach them. So have a great week and come on back next time and I'll tell you more about how to teach your kids to sing well.